Tonight we're hearing from the mayor of Pawtucket for the first time since the PawSox announced they're officially leaving Rhode Island and heading to a new location in Worcester.
Today, Governor Gina Raimondo and Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebien held a joint news conference addressing why the plan to keep the team in Pawtucket didn't happen. Now that it's a done deal, the mayor and the governor say they're working out a plan for alternate uses for McCoy Stadium and how to rebuild Pawtucket's downtown.
Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has been following this story for years.
Steph was at today's press conference and is here in studio now with the latest. Steph?
Pawtucket's mayor said today the city would have never matched the money Worcester is offering. He said while he's mourning the loss of the PawSox, he says it's also time to move the city forward and find other ways to build the economy.
The PawSox did not make Pawtucket, and I mean this. Pawtucket made the PawSox.
Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebien says he's sad to see the PawSox go, but insists Pawtucket never would have offered the money the team is getting to move to Worcester.
To compete with Worcester offer would have jeopardized our city's future, and I would not have done that.
The team was once in exclusive negotiations with Pawtucket to build a new downtown stadium, but started taking offers from other cities last summer.
Our only hope was to retain them prior to the outside competition, but the lingering of the cloud of 38 studios threw a blanket over any attempts at a speedy resolution.
At a news conference Wednesday, Grebien didn't point fingers, instead focusing on the future. He and Governor Gina Raimondo announcing the state would invest $300,000 in infrastructure around the new Pawtucket Central Falls train station. Also, travel company Colette plans to add 100 jobs to its Pawtucket headquarters. And the city is expediting the process to find a new use for McCoy Stadium once the PawSox leave.
We are doubling down on Pawtucket. We are doubling down on the Blackstone Valley.
Raimondo insisting she couldn't have done more to try and keep the team.
There was a deal in front of them. They did accept it. It didn't get passed. It was a generous deal. It was a good deal. They wanted a bigger taxpayer subsidy. The owners, all of whom are multimillionaires, wanted more from taxpayers, and we have a job to protect taxpayers.
And as for the Apex site where the new ballpark would have been built, Mayor Grebien insists the city will still acquire that site to redevelop Pawtucket's downtown. We'll have more on what's going on with that coming up new at 6. I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Details on what happens next for Pawtucket with the PawSox now headed for Worcester.
This morning, Governor Gina Raimondo and Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebien put forth an optimistic vision of the city's future. They insist Pawtucket's destiny is not tied to minor league baseball.
That will mean figuring out what to do with two major pieces of property, including the site where the new PawSox Stadium would have been built. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado begins our team coverage now live in studio. Steph?
The mayor today in part blamed the cloud of 38 studios for slowing down the process to pass a stadium deal to keep the PawSox before they started negotiating with other cities.
Worcester took a tremendous risk that was far beyond the appetite of Pawtucket and the Rhode Island taxpayers.
Pawtucket's mayor Donald Grebien says there's no way Pawtucket could compete with the money Worcester is offering the PawSox to move there.
At no time, and I say that, at no time would I ever have put our city's finances or financial health at risk, nor did we do that for the state of Rhode Island.
The mayor, speaking at a news conference Wednesday for the first time since the team's announcement, did not play the blame game, but said Pawtucket needs to move forward.
We will acquire the Apex site, which is a gateway to our city.
The PawSox leadership team says the failure to acquire the Apex site thus far was part of their reason for leaving. That's the site where a hypothetical new ballpark would have been built in Pawtucket. Grebien says there was a price gap between the city's appraisal of the land's value and the company's, but he insisted the city will still either buy it or take it by eminent domain.
We can't leave it to just a private entity to continue to potentially leave it vacant, and that's the challenge.
And a spokesperson for the Apex company declined to comment on the possible sale. There's no word so far on any interested tenants for that land. Today, the governor also announced her administration will invest more money in Pawtucket's new train station, and the travel company Colette said they will add close to 100 jobs in Pawtucket and receive tax credits for doing so. I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Steph. And the other piece of property that needs new tenants, McCoy Stadium, seen here from our Skydrone 12.
Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh looked into this. She continues our in-depth team coverage now with what she's learned.
As of right now, there's no definite plan for the future of McCoy Stadium, but city and state leaders are just hopeful that when the PawSox move out, that space will not be left vacant. As the PawSox bat their last 2 seasons at McCoy Stadium, city and state leaders will be busy making the pitch for what will move into that public space.
We want to have that answer, but we're going to do that in a very timely fashion.
Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebien said at a news conference Wednesday that they're expediting a process of gathering input and looking at studies from a year ago to create a reinvestment plan by around October 4th.
Could it be a single A? Could it be a double A? We don't want to settle. We want to make sure that there's activity and we have the economic, because the difference with this stadium or the new stadium was the rehabilitation and the revitalization of our downtown.
Governor Gina Raimondo said she already called Jonathan Kraft to propose having his New England Revolution soccer team move in.
I think they're pretty committed to Boston, so it would be a long shot, but we'll try it.
Mayor Grebien said with the loss of the PawSox comes about 20 full-time jobs at McCoy. While Pawtucket won't be getting hundreds of new jobs with the creation of a new stadium as they had hoped for, they did announce today that the city will be getting 100 new jobs with the expansion of the travel company Colette. I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.